Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, where last time we did our exploration around the area, and today we visit St.Ursula Medical School or Medical College. Also in the exploration I finished the fishing request from the competition between the Fisherman's Guild and the Imperial Fishing Club, so that is also done. Got a Master Quartz for it. Weird, those supplies definitely should have gotten here by now. Pardon me, welcome to St.Ursula Medical College. If you're here to visit a patient, just head to the first floor lobby and sign in at the reception desk. Everyone's incredibly busy. And it's full here? I can tell there are more people here than usual. You're right. There are so many people injured during the raid on the city alone. Among them being Inspector Donovan and Ilya. Yes, and they're both still comatose too. Inspector Donovan, I don't know what would have happened if he hadn't protected Fran. It's thanks to him that she's been able to recover as quickly as she has. That's true. In all the time we've known him, the old man's always had a huge heart. You gotta respect that. Here's hoping we get a chance to check in on him and Ilya too. Indeed. That said, Sally should be coming to visit Ilya today as well. By the way, what room are they keeping her sister in? She is in 301? Oh, but you should probably check in at the receptionist before we make any visits. Good call, let's go. I'd like to see Cecile too, but I can only guess how insanely busy she is. So, but I will go look around the entirety of a hospital as well, because I of course couldn't do that during the exploration. Crossby City attacked by Jäger Corps. Even now the news still has me reeling. The past week has been one of the longest in my life. It sickens me that anyone would do something so vile. Knowing that the recovery efforts have been going well is a relief, but I wonder if Crossby will ever be the same again. You had a flood of patients streaming into the hospital due to the incident in the city. It's difficult to give everyone the treatment they need. We've had to make a waiting list for those who are scheduled for surgeries. In addition to my duties here at Lectia, I'm also in charge of the meals that are served to our hospital patients. Sadly, some of our newest arrivals are so badly hurt they can't even manage to take a bite. Food and energy go hand in hand, so I hope they'll be able to eat soon. As things stand, they're at least able to get the nutrients they need from IV drips. Still, food and energy go hand in hand. I hope they'll be able to eat soon. Not everyone who was injured in the raid could be saved. Why does it have to be like this, Flora? It feels like my heart is falling apart. I know exactly how you feel, Miko. But now isn't the time to grieve, not that we have jobs to do. Don't forget our mission as doctors. If you have a time to sulk, you have a time to treat those that still need us. Flora's right. I should focus on helping those who are in our care so they can walk again from here happy and healthy. Sit down and eat lunch with me, Miko. We're going to have to fill up if we want to make it through our afternoon rounds. Mommy and Dad have been looking really sad for the last few days. Is my big brother gonna be okay? What happened to him? As a member of a Guardian force, my son was fighting those Jägers on the front lines. I would have allowed him to enlist had I known this was going to happen. Our son was severely injured during the raid on the city. He survived, thank the goddess, but he's still in the ICU. They didn't allow us to visit for a very long time either. Oh, 8 years above, please save my son. My son and his wife were admitted here after the raid on the city. I'm grateful to know they're still alive, but I haven't been able to calm down since I found out. Never did imagine a tragedy like this happening to our state. There's even the police and CGF lost people. That was will become of our little crossbow at this rate. Just make sure I didn't miss a book or something, because usually this door is closed. The Lecter has had an influx of visitors this week due to the attack on the city. The most severely injured came from the CPD and CGF, but the toughest part by far is seeing how distraught their families are. Makes me imagine how I'd felt if my own loved ones had been involved in that raid. The thought alone breaks my heart. This is so boring. How long are they gonna keep me waiting? Hey, keep it down. You're going to cause a scene. Have some consideration. My buddy was caught in the raid and ended up getting hospitalized. I hope he gets well soon. I know there's a lot of resting on our shoulders, but I don't know how much longer I can go on. No, I shouldn't think that way. The patients are suffering far more than I am. I have no right to complain. I haven't heard any new patients' names called in a while. I suppose the exams really are backed up. I don't envy how busy the doctors have been with all the victims injured in that horrible attack. I wonder if course will ever be the same after this. The way things are, I can hardly even bring myself to sleep at night. Yeah, we can't go into the ICU. I've worked here for years, but never have I seen us house this many patients at once. It truly is unprecedented, but we just have to do everything we can for our patients, no matter how many there are. I still have to do my rounds in the ICU and research ward. I also have to make sure I check on Inspector Donovan's ventilator. Business is really picking up now. I'm swamped. Doesn't look like I'll be able to return to being a full-time researcher anytime soon. Strange rumors are going around that the raid on the city was a plot hatched by the Imperial government. Could the Empire really have been responsible for an attack that sent so many innocent lives to the hospital? If that's true, then I don't think I'll ever be able to look at my homeland the same way again. I had aspirations of practicing healthcare in my home country someday. But if the Imperial government really was behind the attack, then I might just have to throw out any national pride I had. Both my legs were broken during the attack. Damn it, what did I do to deserve any of this? Broken legs are ugly, but I mean, as far as injuries go, they're not necessarily life-threatening. Our patients from the raid on the city consist of more than just those who suffered injuries during the attack itself. There are also some who have been suffering post-traumatic stress to the point of physical anguish. It's a staunch reminder of how closely the body and mind are connected. Post-traumatic stress can result in not only mental anguish, but the onset of physical ailments as well. It's a staunch reminder how closely body and mind are connected. Dr. Lago taught me that in the worst of times, we doctors have a duty to keep our chins up. After all, if we were to show signs of hopelessness, what kind of example would that set for the patients? Their stress and mental fatigue are just as important as any other aspect of their well-being. Fire, so much fire. All across the city. It was terrifying, just like all the disputes over our state that broke out back when I was young. No. The patient seems to be having a nightmare. In the short span of time since admitting her, we've had a great number of visitors come by hoping to see Miss Platier. Unfortunately, as she's still comatose, only an authorized few can enter her room. We had no choice but to turn them down. That hasn't slowed the never-ending flood of gifts and sweets from arriving, however. If there's a silver lining in this, it's seeing firsthand just how much of an inspiration Miss Platier is for the citizens. Oh, hello, Noel. I see you've brought the rest of her SSS with you today, too. Are you all here to pay Fran a visit? Yeah. Is now a good time? Yes, of course. I'm glad she regained consciousness, by the way. She'll be delighted to see all of you, I'm sure. Yeah, me too. Thank you very much. Let's go, guys. She's up on the 3rd floor, room 301. Sounds good. Thank you again, Sarah. The CGF guardsmen who were brought in are being cared for at the ICU for the time being. The injuries to sustained from the Jägers are very severe. It'll take time for them to recover enough to be discharged. I'm used to seeing patients carried into the hospital, but it was hard seeing the guardsmen in that condition. The guardsman who got brought into the ICU were in such a bad shape I had to look away. Our jobs come with a sad reality. Those times when we're present for the final moment of a patient's life. Anyone worked this job as long as some of us is bound to become desensitized. Even in the face of constant death, we rarely shed a tear. This Raid incident, on the other hand, well, when I think about the victims, it isn't sorrow that I feel. It's anger. Needlessly taking the lives of innocent people, those Jägers sicken me to the core. What must I just think gazing down upon mankind and its sins? The guys who were brought to room 202 were running their mouths all over at first, but now they just seem down in the dumps. I don't think their injuries are the sole cause. Does it have to do with what happened in the city? Now that I think about it, Saron's been shaken up about something lately. It isn't an easy thing to see. I just hope everything will be alright. I've never seen so many patients brought to the hospital until now. They were all in so much pain, and it's shaking my nerves so much that I'd rather not be alone for too long. Maybe I'll spend the night with Mayfa again. Yeah, fine is here. And with the seal. Partners? Oh! Noi! Guys! Hello, Lloyd. Oh, Cecilia, you're here too? Sorry for barging in like this. Is now a bad time? Of course not. I'm only here to swap out her IV. Thanks for coming to see me, everyone. I know you probably have a whole bunch of work to do. Don't mention it. We had to after Noel told us that you'd woken up. We've been so worried about you, Fran. It looks like you're doing well, though. She's right. The color's back in your face already. Yeah, I'm better than ever now. Well, except for the injuries, I mean. They said I'll be good to move to the general ward in 2 or 3 days. After that, it's only a matter of time until I'm back on my feet and right out the door. Nuh-uh, no way, Fran. You still need plenty of rest before I even let you think about getting out of here. Oh, don't be so dramatic. I got off pretty light, you know. I mean, Inspector Donovan was the one who covered me from the blast. Fran. Come on, Franny. You can't be thinking like that. The Red Constellation's why either of you are here. What happened ain't your fault. I know. But still, somebody has to back you guys up and support you from the sidelines. That's why I'm trying so hard to get better. It's okay, friend. You don't need to strain yourself. It's not the same without you there to congratulate us on a job well done, but work is still running smoothly. The best thing you can do for us right now is focusing on your recovery. And once you're ready to give it your all again, we welcome you back with open arms. Okay, I will. Thanks, guys. Oh, but reminds me, I heard you're going back to the CGF, Noe? Mom must have told you. Yeah, I thought it over and now it's the right time. Guess I'll be missing out on all that support you'll be giving the SSS, but hey, more for the rest of them, right? Come on, Noe. I know you're more choked up about it than that. Oh no, you're always so... Fran? Don't worry, she's fine. It's just the IV drip kicking in. You should relax now and leave it talking for later. I'm okay. Lloyd and them came all the way to see me. And I still need to give Noe a big pep talk before she goes back to the CGF. You don't exactly have a pep to spare right now. Sorry guys, I think it'd be best if we let her get some rest. No problem. We come visit again, okay, friend? Sleep well. I'll bake you a mishi cake once you're fully recovered. Can't wait. There she goes. Seems her stamina isn't nearly what it was right now. Well, she did need an emergency blood transfusion during her surgery. Still, she should make a full recovery. She'll be healthy before you know it. I hope so. We should give her some privacy. By the way, Cecile, are Inspector Donovan and Ilya taking visitors yet? For relatives, yes, but... Never mind, I'm sure it'll be alright. They almost consider you as family after all. Why don't I escort you over so you can check in on them? Would that be alright? Yeah, we would appreciate it. Thanks for the solid, Cecile. You're very welcome. Inspector Donovan is in room 302. As for Ilya, we'll find her in 303, just across from Shizuku. Got it, let's go. Out like an orbital light. She sure is. I'm happy to tell you she'll be fully healed soon, Noel. Thanks, Cecile. Take care of her for me, okay? Okay. I'm still being railroaded. Detective Raymond, I'm coming in now. Hey, Cecile. Oh, and if it isn't the SSS. Good to see you doing well, Raymond. Have you been keeping the inspector company? Just filling in for his wife when she needs a break is all. Oh, I get the feeling that if he saw me, he'd hear something like, "Well, are you doing here? Get back to work." Yeah, pretty much. It is easy to imagine. About the inspector. They placed him on a ventilator. Yeah, they say his respiratory system took a lot of damage. But if he manages to wake up, it'll go a long way towards speeding up his recovery. Back during the explosion, the inspector... Saved Fran and me. Imagine that, me, the worthless loser who did nothing but panic while Crossbow went up in flames. Even Fran had to be brought in for surgery, while I get off with little more than a scratch or two. Makes me sick. I'm just a lucky, incompetent son of a bitch. Raymond. You know it's not your fault, man. Why don't you take a break, detective? His condition is stable and we're always making our rounds. We'll notice if anything changes. You won't be able to help him if you keep running yourself ragged, you know? I appreciate it. The inspector's wife should be coming back soon, though. I can at least look after him until she gets here. If you insist. Don't forget to take care of yourself, too. We will come visit again. Yeah, I think you'd like that. Inspector Donovan saved our lives back there. It makes me feel so worthless, but I know I need to pull it together. That's what the inspector would tell me. I'm going to get my act together and become a detective that he can be proud of. I have to remember to thank the inspector for protecting Fran when he wakes up. He's a long recovery ahead of him, seeing it as his respiratory system that took the most damage in the blast. Thankfully the worst of it is over, so he should be waking up in due time. I hope you're right about that. Let's be on our way, Lloyd. We can count on Raymond to look after him for us. Sounds good to me. Sully, may I come in? Sully? Ilya. Look at her. She's like a sleeping beauty. Normally she'd snore like a bear, with her hair all messed up. I've never seen her like this. Almost makes it hard to believe it's really Ilya Plater lying in this bed. How is she? She sustained fractures in numerous areas, including her spine. She was also suffering from internal bleeding. Thankfully her surgeries were successful. She's shown no sign of coming out of a coma. That's why she remains on life support. That's terrible. Damn. They said that even if she wakes up, the odds of her making a full recovery are slim to none. You know what that means, right? Ilya would never be able to stand on the stage again. And it's all because she protected me. This never should have... She shouldn't have... Sully. It's okay. Everything is going to be alright. No one knows Ilya better than I do. No matter what happens, she isn't the type of person to give up. She's never going to stop looking ahead. That's the Ilya Plater I know. But... she's right. There's no way she could break so much new ground if she ran the performer she is. Well said. There's no such thing as good enough for Ilya. In the time we've known her, she's always driven to new heights. As long as there's a stage to come back to, Ilya will stop at nothing to be on it. And somehow or another, I'm certain she will make it there. Hell yeah. Put some faith in Adios and Ilya both. You got your own thing to do. Besides, I have a feeling Ilya would be telling you off for missing your rehearsals right now if you could. Give her all the more reason to catch up to you when she's awake again. Yeah, absolutely. Once she sees how far you and the others have come, she's going to do everything she can to join you. Thanks. That does make me feel a little better. You're right. The rest of us need to start pulling ourselves together. But Risha, she's nowhere to be found. Hey guys. If it isn't too much trouble, would you mind helping us track Risha down? I don't know what her whole deal is, but no matter what, she's still one of us. And I think Ilya would have another reason to get better if she came back too. Of course. Consider it a formal request of the SSS. We're going to find Risha, and that's a promise. Thank you, everyone. I think that was just the reassurance Sully needed. To be honest, you ended up giving me some encouragement as well. Cecile. After hearing what happened, we feared the worst, and it seems we went too far off. Unfortunately so. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about her every hour of the day. But even so, Mrs. Ilya we're talking about, I have faith in her. And knowing her, the more people believe in her, the more she'd channel that into herself. Damn straight. It does sound like something she's capable of. Still, if Sully is right, then bringing Risha back is going to be just as important as anything else. Do you think we can find her, Lloyd? Honestly, I don't know. If she's really gone into hiding, it'll be easier said than done. You're probably right. We don't even know for sure if she's still in the state, just like the missing members of Heiyue. You're gonna be out of luck if a bunch of them hightailed her back to Calvert. Still, I don't want to let Soldier down, not after we promised her we'd get it done. Yeah, me neither. We should keep our ears to the ground for clues on where she and Heiyue might have gone. I will scour the orbital net for any possible leads. That's more than you could ask for. I should be heading back to the North Station. What are all of you going to do next, Lloyd? We still have some work to take care of, so I guess we will saying bye for now. Thanks again for showing us to their room, Cecile. My pleasure. I know Crossbows isn't better days, but that's all the more reason we need to do our best. Just remember not to overdo it, okay? We'll try. Your concern is appreciated. We'll do more than just try. Now is the time to make a stand. You're absolutely right. People have gone through so much hurt in both body and mind. We have to do all we can to put smiles back on their faces. Make a stand, huh? Thanks for helping us look for Risha, guys. I think Ilya would have another reason to get better if she were here again. Definitely, that's why we're going to find her for sure. Until then, hang in there. Never thought I'd see the day that Ilya would end up like this. I concur. It truly puts things into perspective. Yeah, but if anyone can make a comeback, it's her. I'm sure of it. Shizuku's not here? That's strange. I wonder where Shizuku is. Maybe she went for a walk? If so, she must be outside of his ward. Well, no harm in looking around for the kiddo. There she is. Hey, Shizuku, out for a walk? Oh, hello there, SSS. Are you here to visit someone today? That's right, we came to check how Fran is doing. We also got the chance to see Ilya and one of the inspectors from the police. Oh, that's right, Cecile told me about what happened to your sister. I can't imagine how horrible that attack in the city must have been. Cecile and the doctors haven't had any time to rest because of it. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. By the way, Shizuku, has your father stopped by to see you lately? No, he hasn't come once since what happened in the city. He did call, but it sounded like he's been busy with work too. That's understandable. Have you been lonely, Shizuku? No, I'm alright. A lot of people died, and there are still more here who were injured. It would be selfish of me to expect all of his attention right now. For now, I try my best to help by cheering Fran and the other patients up. That's all I can really do. The way my eyes are, it makes me feel so useless. What are you talking about? You're already doing plenty. He's right. The fact that you're staying strong despite your own challenges is inspiring everyone around us. The SSS included. We can promise you that. If you say so, I think what all of you do makes you much braver than me. I'll be cheering on you from here, okay? There's something I wanted to talk to you about. It's about when Kia came to visit me 3 days ago. Oh, that's right, she did come to see you then, didn't she? Did something happen, Shizuku? Well, I just thought she was acting a bit strange is all. I could tell there was something on her mind. Something was bothering Kia? That's weird, she was acting the same as ever around us. Maybe everything going on in Crossbreast's got her feeling uneasy too? Possibly. She could have been hiding it to avoid worrying us again. Whatever the reason, we'll be sure to keep it in mind. Thanks for telling us, Shizuku. You're welcome. I know how busy the SSS is right now, so good luck. I'll be cheering you on from here. This is for Saber Vipers. It would seem the bulk of the damage these patients have sustained are their psyches, not their bodies. A healthy disposition can be as potent as self as any, but it's often difficult to heal a patient whose heart is resigned to despair. For now, they need to recover their spirits above all else. The rest of us here got away with just a few broken bones, but Koki's injuries are a lot more serious. He was hauled off to the ICU the second we got here. I heard they moved him to their research lab after that. And he hasn't woken up either yet. Damn it, why did this have to happen? Slash is all screwed up too. He hasn't been able to put together a full sentence since that night. Damn it, why did this have to happen? It just came at us. Monster. Well, how could you let yourself turn into that thing just to get stronger? Shit, this has to be some kind of sick joke. I don't know what sort of demons he's battling in his mind. I don't give a shit either. That bastard's no lead of ours anymore. Not that there's anything left to lead in the first place, which just might be the end of the Saber Vipers. Damn that Walt, he's no lead of ours anymore. Give my regards to Kia and Chief Sergate too, if you get the chance. Times can be tough, but we always have each other. Let's keep up the good work, Lloyd. And now for police officers are being cared for in these sick rooms here. Though really, the only one who sustained any severe injuries is that inspector from the 2nd Division. Fortunately, the others should be back on their feet sooner rather than later. Seeing Friend's smiling face at the reception has always been a surefire pick-me-up for us officers day in and day out. I can't tell you how relieved I am that she's regained consciousness. Yeah, me neither. Most monsters the Jaegers used were remarkably well trained, so much so that it was downright terrifying. I hate to say it, but we'll be done for if they ever make another strike at us. Even Fran wasn't spared in the attack, and she's only a receptionist. Damn it, so much for all the training we did at the police academy. How can I ever live with myself after this? We were no match for Red Constellation once we started going all out. But the real shame comes from letting the citizens down. What good is a police force that can't protect its city when it needs it most? I feel pathetic. I can only pray that Inspector Donovan is going to be okay. Tony, our security guard, reported something to Mr. Clark just a bit ago. We're discussing it with Dr. Sale in front of the examination room right now. Wonder what's going on. The supplies from my favor still haven't been delivered? Unfortunately not. They were supposed to have arrived by now, but no such luck. Oh dear, there must have been some sort of mix-up with our package. It's possible something happened on its way from my ferry or the airport. Something must have happened to the supplies while they were in transit. I try calling everyone who handled the packages one more time. So maybe we can help find those. Now. Special support section. Lloyd Benning speaking. Hey, what's up? Where are you guys right now? You know, most people start their calls off by introducing themselves. It's basic phone etiquette. Anyway, we are at St.Ursula Hospital. Is something wrong, Yuna? Sorta. You guys are back to your SSS stuff starting today, right? I was thinking of putting in a little request for you. How do you know that? You'd better not have been sneaking into the police database again. That aside, we're too busy to do your errands for you, so... What's that? Who was it that bailed you out when we were looking for those missing bracers, huh? You owe me one, and you know it. Fine, we'll hear you out, but don't think that means we're going to do anything you ask of us. Should we get together in person? Yeah, meet me in front of a lighthouse in the harbor district. I'll be waiting. The lighthouse? Why there of all people? Oh, shut up. It's supposed to be a surprise. Anyway, just hurry up. What? You got to be kidding me. I presume Jonah is asking another unreasonable favor of us. How did you guess? Though the others know that Jonah asked them to meet in front of a lighthouse in the harbor district. A lighthouse? Since when did the little squirt ever want to go outside? Not to mention there's hardly anything over there, now that the Hale building's gone. He did have a point about assisting us when we're searching for Linne earlier. Maybe we should hear him out. Be nice to return the favor, assuming it's within reason. Why don't we head there once our work starts settling down? Sounds like a plan to me. He was one who decided to cash in his favor while we're on duty. If anything, we deserve to make him wait a little while longer. I'm with you there, Theodot. Alright. But I think I end the episode here, yeah. And we do look into the medical supplies and the Jonah requests next time. Until next time, I'm Mace and don't get lost.